Hey guys, Stellar here. I'm back with some more salted tea for you guys, and today's tea is going to be about what happened in Truthfully Toxic's Drunken Stream yesterday. Now, I'm kind of unprepared, it's kind of spontaneous. I actually wanted to do this video yesterday, but I thought, no, I better stop and think about what I'm going to say and kind of collect my thoughts before I just come on and say what I want to say. Um, you know, I don't know. I just don't understand how she is not understanding how awful these types of streams really make her look. I don't get it. And I know she said numerous times, oh, I know I messed up, and forgive me, friend, and, I messed up. And it's like, you are a 40 some odd year old woman. You need to start taking accountability for yourself. You know what has happened on these drunken streams before. And I just don't understand it. I don't get it. And she just did a video the other day of her reacting to her past self. And I put this out in a tweet, I'm like, why doesn't she do a reaction video on the drunken streams that she's had and see how stupid she looks? See how ridiculous she looks. See how embarrassing it is for, I don't know, for whoever is in her life. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. I'm thinking, do a reaction to that. If you could sit here and say, oh, look at my past behavior and I'm really embarrassed by it. These drunken streams are doing absolutely nothing for her but making her look like a freaking drunk, out of control drunk. And, I have heard one of her biggest supporters constantly say this. Oh my God, like if anything ever happens to her, it's going to be on you haters. It's going to be your haters' faults. I'm blaming each and every one of you haters if anything happens to her. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And I was really starting to think about it. I was really, really thinking about it. And I thought to myself, how does that work? The haters, quote unquote haters, they don't have Truthfully Toxic's best interests at heart. They don't. I seriously, I don't care what happens to her, okay? I don't care if she ever finds true love. I don't care if she finishes school. I don't care about any of that. I don't. Not saying that I hate her, but, I've been deemed a hater because I don't like her. Her best interest is not what I worry about when I'm tuning in. So as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking with that friend of hers statement, no, if you want to put the blame on anyone, then put the blame on the people who are sitting in Truthfully Toxic's chat, egging her on during these drunken streams. Those are the people who should be held accountable for their actions of encouraging her when she does this type of thing. I could not believe how many people were in that side chat just telling her, oh yeah, like you look great. Your hair looks great. Go ahead. Keep on venting. Oh, your life is so much better now. You're so happy now. Go ahead, girl. You deserve it. Let it off your chest. And I'm thinking, really? Really? This is how you guys are going to support your quote unquote friend by letting her make a fool out of herself? So if anything should happen, say she were in this drunken stupor and get in a car and go get hurt, you want to blame somebody? Well, first it would be her because those, she's should be held accountable for her own actions. But blame the people who are encouraging this type of behavior by sitting there egging her on, by giving her the attention that she wants. So don't blame the haters, because you know what? The haters have no problem sitting back and saying, you know what, Truthfully Toxic, you look like a freaking idiot. You are disgusting. You are gross. You need help. You're an alcoholic. You are out of control. And we're the ones that don't care about her, but yet we sit there and we say that to her when the people who supposedly care about her don't say a damn thing, and they sit there and encourage it and applaud her while she's making a fool out of herself. Wow. And I just stop and I think to myself, if these are the types of friends that these people are, I would not want them in my life. Because I'll tell you what, if I were to be out with a friend somewhere and she was getting so drunk and doing what Truthfully Toxic does, I would stop her. I would pick her up and drag her home. But I'm sure the people who are sitting out there saying, well, this is the privacy of her own home. She has the right to do this. She can get drunk and she can do what she wants to do and she can run around naked because she's in the privacy of her own home. Okay, that's true. She's in the privacy of her own home, but she's doing this in front of hundreds of people, then thousands of people when they're watching the replay. So it's not the privacy of her own home. She's doing it in front of an audience. And when she got up and she went and took a pee, recorded herself peeing, gets up, doesn't wipe, doesn't wash her hands, and then she's putting her hands all over her face. I'm like, and nobody says anything. None of her supporters say anything. They just keep on egging it on. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, gross. Everybody is recording this. Everybody's going to have this. Everybody's going to be talking about this. Oh, but you supporters just keep on egging it on. Keep on egging it on. The more I sat there and I thought about this, I just thought to myself, the people who are claiming to be these big old supporters are really messed up. And I think in some sick, weird way, maybe they enjoy seeing Truthfully Toxic behave this way because it gives them some kind of weird, sick, twisted satisfaction. I mean, who really encourages that? Honestly, seriously. Look, I don't care for her. But me not liking her or caring what happens to her, as I'm watching this, I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, please turn this off. Do not do this. Do not do this in front of everybody because it's not going to end well. You're going to get hate from it. You're going to get criticism from it. And it's going to, again, trigger you and cause you to do what you do. And I'm somebody who don't care about her. I'm somebody who, I don't claim to be her friend. But to see her behave this way, and that's one thing with the haters. We don't have a problem calling her out on it. We don't. You'll see it in our tweets. You see it in our videos. We do not have a problem calling her out on this. But it's those people who are, I don't know what their issue is, if they really think that she cares about them or there's really these friendships or whatever. It's like they just stroke her ego rather than doing what is called tough love and saying, look, I've had enough. I don't like to see you getting drunk. I don't like you behaving this way. I'm not going to be here for these drunken live streams. Doing makeup, get ready with me, cool. Cooking videos, sure, I'll be there. But when you get drunk like this, I'm leaving. I'm walking out. I'm tuning out because I can't stand to see you doing this and make an idiot out of yourself in front of all these people. But nope, there they are. Oh, Tisha, you look so pretty. Oh my God. Oh, it must feel so good to get this off your chest. You go, girl. You're so strong. You're such a strong person. No. Those streams are sloppy and messy. Nothing shows growth. Nothing shows that she's confident, that she's doing well. If a person has to get on a live stream and behave this way, it just shows that they're broken, they're lost, they're empty. So why don't you people who are these big old supporters really talk to her and see what you could do on a personal level when she's in the state. Say, hey, give me a call. Help me help you know what to do when you're in these situations. I did see, a person come in and say, let's stop the stream. And of course, Truthfully Toxic didn't listen. But you know what? She's done that before. I've seen many people come in and they think they could save her. They could be the ones to turn her around and, she's going to see the light. I was one of those people too, because I would give advice and think, maybe it'll get through to her. But I've come to the conclusion she loves being in this state of misery, and that's where she's always going to be. And there's nothing anyone could say or do to help her, to change her, because it has to come from her. It has to all come from her. She has to want better, and she doesn't. Maybe someday she'll be there. Maybe she won't. As for myself, I don't care. I don't care. But I am not the person who is sitting in her chats on the daily, encouraging her and saying I want better for her while I'm sitting there watching her make a complete idiot and fool out of herself. So if you want to know my honest opinion, it's those of you who are encouraging this and supporting this that are really detrimental to what goes on with her. Blame the haters all you want. It probably makes you guys feel better. But You supporting this, you standing by this, isn't doing her any favors. And if anything should happen, I'd be the first to be like, oh, well, it's you people who supported this. It's you people that didn't say, I love you enough to say, you know what, I don't want a part of this. And I saw somebody in there saying, oh, let me go get your bestie. Let me just go get your bestie. Like her bestie needs to sit there and see this crap. You know, but with that too, with that said, I was thinking about this the other day. And I thought to myself, if you have a friend that has an addiction problem and has overcome that addiction problem, right? And you know they're in your stream or they're in your house and you pull out whatever it is they were addicted to. Oh, don't mind me. You know, I know you're over this addiction, but I'm going to go ahead and say have a drink or two or do whatever they do. And that friend is there. And it's like, well, how much do you care about your friend where you're continuously doing this to your friend? You know, but truthfully, toxic doesn't think that way. It's all about her, all about the moment. And in some twisted way, I know this is going to sound weird, this is my opinion, I almost feel like if she could trigger her friend into getting back into alcohol or whatever her issue was, I think she would really get off on that. Because it's almost like she wants to trigger her to that point where it's like, oh, see, you messed up too, so I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who got back into my drinking, although she never stopped drinking. She's had a drinking problem. This is just my opinion of it. You know, everybody's free to have their opinion. And that's just what I sit there and think. Because I know for my friends, if I know they have certain issues, I'm not going to sit there and keep on pushing it and pushing it. You know, say if I was a smoker and I had a friend that quit smoking, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, let me smoke in front of you and hopefully this won't trigger you. I know that I'm going to trigger something inside that person that might get them to smoke, and I wouldn't want that. So I don't know. They're all, you ask me, they're all a bunch of Looney Tunes. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But basically what I'm trying to say here is you people who support her, truthfully toxic, that's what I'm calling her, you are adding to the toxicity when you encourage this type of behavior, when you egg it on, when you applaud her for behaving this way. You're giving her the attention for this negative behavior rather than saying, hey, look, you're worthy of so much more. Stop doing this to yourself. I will support you, but not when you're doing this. It's called tough love, people. And if you really care about somebody, you would learn how to use it. Tough love. Try it. You might save somebody. Truthfully toxic, why don't you watch some of your drunken streams and react to those? And really open your eyes and see how foolish and how idiotic you look. How disrespectful you're being to yourself and to your audience, to the kids who are in your audience. Yeah, you don't want them there, but they're there. And that's what I was thinking. If she could see how bad her past behavior was, watch a drunken stream and see how awful your behavior is when you're drunk. I mean, really, come on. She was on a live stream peeing in front of everybody. And like those people say, oh, well, she's in the privacy of her own home. She could do it. But no, she's peeing in front of a bunch of people. And people are recording it. And you know they're going to be talking about it. But I don't know. Everybody's got such a twisted way of looking at things. And I'm not saying she shouldn't have supporters. I'm not saying that at all. So you people who support her, don't get your panties in a twist and thinking I'm saying not to support her. I do believe she needs support. But you can't be a supporter and encourage this type of behavior when you know that it is not good for her. Nothing positive comes out of it. If anything, she feels crappier because people start bagging on her about it. But I don't know. You guys keep thinking that you're doing the best for her, but you're really not. And if anything ever happens to her, I think it's going to be on you guys because you encourage it rather than not put up with it. Like I said, us haters, we don't have a problem telling her when we think it's wrong. We don't have a problem pointing it out. We're at least honest about things, whereas you guys sugarcoat things. Try to make it seem like everything's okay when you know it's not. Unless you really like to see her make a fool out of herself. But anyhow, that's all I'm going to say about that. It was kind of, it was really sad when I really looked at it from that perspective that, here are these people who supposedly are her friend and really have her best interest at heart sit there and just egg it on and encourage this type of behavior. It's really sad when you stop and think about it like that. I think they get as much entertainment out of it as the haters do. And that right there is the truth. All right, that's going to be it for me. Remember, each and every one of you are awesome. Now go out there and make it a stellar day.